Jamal Jones, and I'm here to inform you guys on how to bake a red velvet cake today. What comes to mind when you guys are thinking about cakes? When you think about cake, you associate it with celebrations, birthdays, anniversaries, Christmas, even Easter. In ancient Rome, they used to add honey to bread in the dough while baking it to give it a sweet taste. In the book Exile, the Latin poet Ovid even said he had cake on his birthday. I'm pretty sure you guys have eaten or seen the cake at a special occasion or over the holidays. The great thing about cakes are they're very easy to make and very inexpensive, and you can customize them with your own toppings or icing, whichever you like to make. I'm about to talk to you guys about the materials needed to bake a red velvet cake. Some of the materials you will need are the baking pans, which is one is a 8x8 inch pan. Another pan you will need is a 13 by 9 by 2 inch pan. You're going to need mixing bowls, a saucepan, and an electric mixer. Now we're going to get into the ingredients needed for this cake. One of the ingredients you will need is milk, sugar, salt, red color dye, butter, buttermilk, vinegar, cocoa, cake flour, vanilla, and shortening are the final ingredients you need to bake the cake. Now we're going to talk about the instructions going into making the cake. First, you're going to preheat the oven to 350 and let that heat up while you get ready to mix the ingredients. Now you're going to grab one of the mixing bowls and add the shortening and 1/2 cup of sugar with the mixer and cream slightly. Then you're going to add the eggs, the cocoa, and the food coloring with 1 tablespoon of vanilla also while it's mixing together. You're going to stir in the flour and salt and mix in the baking soda, the vinegar, and you're going to stir it in while it creams a little bit and foams. Once you have all that completed, you're going to pour the batter into which pan you choose. You can choose the 8 inch pan if that's your liking, or the 13 by 9 by 2 inch pan. You're going to put the pan in the middle of the rack and bake for 25 to 30 minutes. Now while that's baking, we're going to make the frosting. We're going to mix together 5.5 tablespoons of the flour and the milk in the saucepan. We're going to cook that on the stove a little bit, give a little heat to it, and then after it heats up, we're going to let it cool. After it cools, we're going to add the butter and the remaining cup of sugar and teaspoon of vanilla to the milk and flour mixture, and we're going to beat that well. By that time, your cake should be almost done. So we're going to check. You can pull the cake out before the timer goes out and check it, and you can stick a knife or a toothpick in to see if the toothpick or knife comes out cleanly. If it comes out cleanly, your cake is done. If not, you can wait until the timer goes off. Now that you're finished baking the cake and applying your icing and whatnot, you can now cut the cake according to how you want. You can cut it in small triangle slices or squares or any way you want to serve it on a nice dish or platter. The cake can be served with a variety of drinks. I like to drink it with ice cold milk, but that's me on this case. You can drink it with wine. That's top choice for a lot of people. And for the guys out there, you can drink it with beer. I know beer, cake, but it's a good thing. It's a good mix. Since cakes today are used for almost every single occasion or celebration, with these easy steps I've taught you how to bake a red velvet cake, you can simply supply your friends and families with a red velvet cake that you made yourself very easily and inexpensive. Yes.
Why did you choose the red velvet cake for your presentation?
I chose red velvet cake because my grandmother used to make that all the time for me growing up, and that's one of my favorite cakes, and I would love to share that with you guys and help you guys make it for your family members and whoever else you want to celebrate. Have that cake to celebrate with them. Yes.
How does the cake taste?
The cake tastes chocolatey. I mean, it has cocoa in the ingredients. A lot of people really don't know what the flavor is because it's red velvet, and they might think it's strawberry because it's red, but it's really chocolate. Yes.
Why is it called red velvet?
Oh, because when you make the cake has red food coloring in it to give it that red tint to the cake. So, in general, red velvet cake. Any more questions? Thank you, guys.